Oops. Welcome, ladies and gents, to Seafood Pie. We've got marlin. We've got tuna. We've got if there's no salmon out here, I'm gonna Bro. Dorado? Did they put every fish in the game in the center here except for my salmon? Did they really do this? Well, anyways, this is Seafood Pie. This is game number 3 in this show match, and it has some food maps. We did argue if salmon is a seafood. I think it is, and I'm a little upset to not see it. But anyways, different maps today, and this one here, I think, is going to have a lot of water focus. So let's just do the introduction first, and then speculate a little, because I've actually never seen these maps before. The flank for WWP, we've got Lix. Lix is playing as the Portuguese. Pocket is Yo, as they would always want, and Yo is playing as the Persians. And then the other flank is Vivi, or Fat Dragon, or any of the other dozen names he's been known by, and he's playing as the Italians. So maybe a sign that they're going to focus on water, having Italians and Portuguese on the flanks might make sense. Up against Vivi, through these very thick wood lines, we've got Hart. Hart is playing as the Aztecs. Then the pocket position is Leary. Leary's playing as the Vikings. Oh, I wonder what's going to happen there. And then in the teal, last but not least, we have the MBL, who's gone for the Koreans. All right, so there's one tile of trees that you could chop through to get towards the center. You can dock there, and you can fish. But to get here with villagers, you would need to transport. Really unique concept. But any villagers that are out here can be hit by Navy, right? Because this is amphibious terrain. Players do have gold at home. They do have stone at home. The wall potential is there. And oh my goodness, look at this, guys. Lix is sneaking a vill. Lix is sneaking a villager. And MBL sees it, so it's not so sneaky this time. Also, there's Komodo dragons in the corner. So I hope Lix doesn't go too far. But MBL, he knows Lix's reputation. He now has seen this. He's going to try and kill the vill. Let's see if Lix can get a quick wall in. Pretty much all Lix can do here, right? He is at a disadvantage in the Scout War. Or the Vill War now. I guess it's possible to win it, but it feels unlikely. As MBL gets housed! Oh no, he was building a house. Okay. Well, now he would no longer be housed. And now the villager's still here. Leary has brought his scout over to help. Now what Lix should try and do is block. Just run in front of MBL's Vill. And save his own. Yeah, just like that. And this is Lix's point of view now. Lix looking. Lix is going to send a new Vill in. But that's still not good for this Vill. Leary going for the weak one. Lix with the quick wall. Well done. And this is just the Lix factor. You always have to worry about him. You always know that he's going to be up to something no good. And oh, that's not... That is... well, I mean, you know, MBL's lost his scout, and Leary's scout is very weak. So, now what is MBL going to do? Okay, he tried to make a gate. Now you have Lix with more villagers. Oh my god. I mean, there's another Vill coming from over here. What was he doing over there? Lix, get to work, man. Get to work. Your villagers are supposed to bring in resources, you know? Anyways, now this villager war, Lix is winning. I mean, we'll keep an eye on that. Notice how Lix has built his lumber camp up against the edge of the map. He has not gone for the lumber camp to chop through the wood lines. MBL has done that, and he has not docked yet. Leary's already docked and has fishing ships. And I was thinking Leary's going to go fast feudal into galleys with Vikings, and he's already on his way up. Meanwhile, on the other side, we have Hart with a drush. And he's also not thinking about docking the center. Oh, and it's another map where there's actually shorefish underneath berries. I think. Yeah, there is. Again, it's very, very interesting. I actually never had seen that concept before today, and it's actually really cool. So again, shout out to the scripting there. It looks a little silly. But it's a whole lot of extra food, which I think is why you can justify going fast castle, which is what we're seeing so many of these players try and do. As for Mr. Yo is going to have a similar feudal time. He might open up... Wait a second. Lix is Seneville this way. Okay. Is Lix gonna... I'm confused by this because Lix is still in Dark Age. And he had to walk all the way around. Oh my god, guys. Okay, he's actually done that intentionally. I was thinking that maybe he clicked a villager here. And the best path was to walk all the way through that opening and all the way down here to MBL or Leary's opening. I thought it was a pathing issue. But yeah, I guess he wants to fish there. We do have some fishing ships here for Vivi too. Who as Italians has always wanted to fight for water, but look at the harassment here. Trying to get out to gold. The militia are there. Does he know about this gold on the left? He does. Would probably take that. But it says whatever, I'll go to this gold anyways. All right. So this is really going to come down to me of how good Leary performs. You know, for the next couple minutes anyways, Leary's going to be on his own on water. Vikings are really good with opening galleys, and if you mass them, you can destroy everything, and it's Leary. Leary with ranged units is just insane. I think MBL is going fast castle, and I think that we might even see turtle ships in this game, guys. It makes sense if you have a dock up and your Koreans to maybe make those turtles later. And as for Lix with Portuguese, I don't really know, but he wants to go to stone, so maybe we'll see organ guns. So we could see organ guns on land, turtle ships on water, and then everything else in this game. It could be really cool. Fire ship opening for Yo. He's sending the fires out across. He does have a time window in early feudal, because in low numbers, fires are superior to the galleys. So things are looking pretty good for him right now. Leary needs to keep his numbers alive. Are turtle ships still bugged? Was there a bug with turtle ships? I didn't know there was a bug with turtle ships. I didn't hear about it anyways. Ooh, oops, sorry. Heart trying to block here. Well done, Heart. There's been 3 deaths for Vivi, and I'm pretty sure they've all been villagers. Really well done there. And this is what Aztec Drush can do for you. As I'm wondering, like, would it not make sense to go for YOLO monks in this spot? I guess enemies making archers. Maybe just make crossbow, but I feel like in some ways monks could even contribute on water, but maybe that's too hard to control. Korean bonus saving MBL. Check out the corner. Okay. Did he spot that? Yeah. He spotted that and he's like, uh-oh. Oh, there's Komodos there. I bet you he was checking the corner to see if Lix had something back there. Yeah, so you've got some waves out here. That's the elevation you guys are seeing. As close as you can get to waves in this game, I guess. And so far, it's a pretty close game. A lot of this is going to depend on how well MBL does with whatever his strat will be. Same with Lix. I think Lix is going to castle drop. Then you also still have to see how Leary performs. I mean, Leary is losing his fishing ships right now. And Yo is... You can't say that, so... Actually, wait, we can, can't we? Yeah, actually, I think he just lost all of his at the same time. Still is defending his teammates' fish, though. MBL does have a few fishing ships of his own. But MBL, oh my goodness, he does not have the res to click up here, guys. And he's going to go tower rush. Okay, never mind. I do not like the position for AM tempo. If MBL's not on the way to Castle Age, Lix is just going to drop a castle to take out any towers. And... I mean, Yo has done such a good job protecting his teammates on water. Still, there's potential for Heart. Heart's gonna... He's halfway to castle right now. He'll be the first one there. 8 on gold. Hasn't added archer ranges. This feels like monks. Feels like he's gonna go for monk play. Salutes in chat, please, to the subs for Banderdash. Banderdash, it hasn't been the only one, but... Thank you for answering some of the reoccurring questions. There's always MVPs in chat who are doing this, but Banderdash has been constantly telling people why I'm not using Capture Age. I'm really excited to see a turtle ship, but you know, it might not come to be here. MBL still isn't clicked up. This is what I mean, though. You drop a tower here. Lix is just... Okay, he has the stone wall behind at least. I'm not sure if MBL is really gaining too much from this. Hi, T90. Could you set the game time, please? I can't because... I normally have a mod which has the minimap in the middle, and then it also has the time there, and for whatever reason, the time is at the very top behind the scoreboard right now, so unfortunately, I can't. Not right now. There's so many different mods that get removed and added, and there's so much crap I have to do to get it, and I don't typically use this for casting, so unfortunately for today, you're going to have to live without it. Sorry. So Yo is in Castle Age. Leary's not. Leary's not clicked up, but he's close. So we're seeing the massive galleys work out now. But if Yo gets fires out with upgrades, which he's working on, it will get a lot more difficult. That said, Leary has found the fishing ships finally. He's going to get snipes here. And we see... There's a single monastery siege workshop. Yeah, this is still going to turn into a bit of a YOLO monk push. Well, it's a boom monk push for Heart. Heart is in a really good spot on this side. And I think that Lix is going to be in a really good spot on MBL's side. Because he should just drop a castle here. Yeah, that should take care of MBL's little rush. Yo, well, we'll see what he's able to accomplish, right? He has the fires. It looks like he's booming too. He's getting a second TC up. But he's not really engaging against Leary's math. So I think what's going to happen here is that Tempo AM... I mean, MBL's not doing too good on the left side. But I think Leary's going to do really good in the middle once these are upgraded. And then I think Heart's also going to do good in the right. So in 2 out of 3 cases, if you consider this a few 1v1s right now, I do think it's better for AM Tempo. I mean, the archers are really not going to have much success if the siege is out. Scouts here, in theory, won't have success if the spearmen are out. So this is not an easy push to deal with for the Fat Dragon. Vivi here. But he's added a stable, 2 stables actually. So I think he wants to go light cav. So he realizes the threat of Aztecs going a monk rush. Hey, Leary in castle. Again, like I said, he's got a mass going here. So if this gets upgraded, he's going to destroy everything in the middle, I think. His castle's gone up. MBL's in Castle Age now, so his towers get a lot of extra range. He's making a turtle ship! Let's go! Yes! They're really good in low numbers. Now, they are really expensive. But they are really good in low numbers. And I guess MBL's strategy is just make it so Lix can't use the organ guns this direction. Honestly, wouldn't be a bad idea to just fully stonewall this up. Because what is Lix going to use organ guns in the middle? That's not going to work. Update on this push. The light cav swoop in. Oh my goodness. Okay. I mean, it's not too bad for Heart in the end. He does lose a Maganel. I think he lost a monk or 2, but he has to be careful, though. It could get a little worse if a few more light cav arrive. Divi's siege workshop, or not siege workshop, sorry, stable will go down. He brings the crossbows over for the spears. Spears get microed back. What I like about Heart's position is that he's not YOLO pushing. He actually has 50 villagers. He's booming behind this. So this is not like... If this push doesn't work out, it's not as if he's going to lose. Lix is going fast imp, by the way. No extra range for Korean towers. Oh, yeah, they changed that. Wait, no, don't they get extra range in imp now? I'm sorry. There's been so many patches over the years, and I talk so much. I always forget some small specifics here. Because they get 13 range. Maybe it's probably after the castle unique tech, right? Whatever that new one's called. Yeah, it's a tech now. Gotcha. Yeah, gotcha. Okay, it's coming back to me now. Well, in Vivi's case, it was do or die here. because that type of a push can kill him. So he's dropping a castle. But what I mean by that is his eco's really not great. And here he goes against Hart, hoping to take a fight. Just really awkward. You know, but he has defended it for the most part. This is just why it's so good from Hart to have had a boom behind it. Because his eco is, even if he doesn't kill, it's completely fine. What are we going to see from Lix? Okay, so he starts off Imp with a Treb. And double Feitoria? It's becoming more and more meta. Not saying it's necessarily strong, but it's becoming more and more meta. 3 Feitorias now, so Portuguese can make this building. It's 250 stone, 250 gold. After you get the building, it takes away 20 population space, but it gives you a trickle of all resources. Speaking of res, control the middle. Full control for Leary and his team if they want to transport out here. I'd say you probably don't want to take the gold until you can drop a castle, because then it protects you a bit easier. That or a TC, I guess. It's not like Yo has completely given up on water. He's still producing here or there, but he's more so focusing on a land boom. So it seems like AM Tempo will have more control of the... he'll have more control of the middle area, which can be really important. And then there will be more control of the land region, at least in the middle left-hand side for now, for Lix and Yo. As for over here, Hart's just kind of chilling out. I think Hart's going to try and go Imp here and drop a castle and go for a Trebor. But I think Yo's going to swing over that way with Paladins eventually, as he's on 4 TCs investing into farms right now. All right, so... you have all these Feitorias, Lix. You have the highest pop in the game, at least of what it says, even though realistically he's got 40... well, I just had to do the math here. He's got 40 pop. Just subtract 80 from 120. He's got 40 freaking pop, and that's it. But here it comes with a Bombard Cannon, at least. And MVL is just freaking playing Wall Builders over here, which is actually an Age of Empires game mode I used to play all the time, where you have like 20 vills and you have to make walls as the enemy chases you down with siege and units. It's really funny, actually. I got hold of it real quick, but he's just playing, you know, Fat Slob. But shouldn't you just take out the trees with the Trebs now? Still, it is very time consuming. I mean, is there something Yo can do? Well, he's remaining competitive on water. I think he really will want fast fire. Leary is still in Castle Age, but soon will click up to Imp. Doing a good job here, Leary. He's had a really good game. Really good? I was going to say really good series, but I think if you saw game 1, you might think that that'd be incorrect. You can use Trebs to take out trees, but you cannot use Bombard Cannons to take out trees. This is going to take forever, but eventually Lix is going to have so many Bombard Cannons. And MBL is going to be stuck in Castle Age. Granted, MBL's eco is going to be working really well. Keep an eye on the corners, by the way. Okay, I was just going to check, because there's Komodo dragons in the corners, and Yo is actually going to take a market there. Now, if that rubble, I get it for aesthetics, but if that rubble blocks a market spot, that's kind of annoying. Hopefully it doesn't. But I think we'll see some trades soon for Yo. Who knows? Like, you know, they don't have control of the middle. My goodness, does he have resources, though. Here come the Bombard Cannons. Now, this is at a point where MBL's walls are going to start going down really quick. Leary making a transport, MBL making a transport. And I think they'll be taking population in towards the center. It's like Leary just converted a fire ship there, which is kind of funny. It looks like there was a face-off, right? 8 HP fire ship, 3 HP monk, and the monk won. Persian docks do have a ton of HP, which can keep you on water in these types of situations. Fast fire's on the way, and there's definitely potential here for Yo to get Paladin in rather early and also push out across the map with the middle of the map with fire ships. Over here, you've got Hart making Trebs. And you've got Vivi and Castle Age. So the Paladins are needed over here. And it's the correct move from Hart to be making pikemen and monks if he's expecting that. So Yo is going to be needed kind of to push in the middle, which he's doing. But he's also going to be needed with Paladins on that side. And meanwhile, Lix is pushing MBL. And MBL... I mean, I guess there's not too much military to deal with right now, but I don't know if he knows what to make against that. Because he might just start transporting villagers towards the center. Yeah, here, look, he's going to add TCs in the center. So he might lose his entire main base. He's starting to lose houses now, and you know what that means. You know what that means. Is start making them in the middle, MBL. But yeah, I mean, they will have gold out there at least. It almost feels like this type of a map should be played on 600 population. Okay, 600 is extreme, maybe 300. Because with only 200 pop, you can only be in so many places at once. And it's really hard to get military you have here to the middle. So what will end up being the most important? Lix, he has how many Vittorias? He has 6 Vittorias. He has 56 working population right now. Organ guns and bombard cannons. As Leary has a few crossbows here, I guess he was going to go Arbalest to help. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of getting at. It could be very stalematey, but as Yo has fast fires in the center, and maybe if he's able to take out some of these longboats before they're upgraded more. Who are we kidding? They are upgraded pretty nicely right now. I feel like what's nice about Yo's position is that just 5 or 10 fast fires can make a big impact. Whereas it takes a few more galleys to really be strong. So, yeah, things like demos, things like onagers, anything that can get really big value for their pop might be important if the populations are stretched thin. I like how we've had players on either side going for these crazy walls. Hearts just opened this up now with the onager. He's got good upgrades on the pikeman, needs more. Yo, sending his paladins this way. And MBL is going for deep defense. Now, as we talked about earlier, you actually need to research the unique tech to get the additional range. There was a time where you just get it for free. And once you received that, the towers would outrange bombard cannons. So I think MBL's getting there now. He's at 12 range, so it's the same range as the bombard cannons. And the castle, I mean, the castle will do it. Lix, he has resource income, but he can't make that much. So I think that he should make markets and invest into trade and then honestly get to a point where he should delete Vittorias. Leary here with Arbs to help. Vikings do kind of cap out. They're strong on water, but in big post-imp battles, with the exception of Black Forest, Fatslop games, just having Arbalest isn't really that strong. There might be a situation where we see Elite Berserks. I don't know. Meanwhile, Heart's coming this way. And so Heart is kind of killing Vivi as MBL is being killed on the other side. I mean, this is really interesting. That said, MBL, he's at 130 pop. That said, Vivi at 145 pop. So, has Heart seen the Condotieros? Heart has not seen Condotieros. I wonder how Condotieros would do here. Lix's resources are good. I mean, he's going to be trading. Or not Lix's, sorry. I meant to say Vivi. As for Lix's resources, he's just constantly at the limit. But the thing about Vittorias is they're bringing in a lot of stone long term. Stone is the one thing that's really tough to come by in late game, because even if you're trading, you're just buying it. So he could make infinite bombard towers. And they're also controlling the corner, and you see the WWP are trading, so... Okay, Condotieros. Now, Hart, I think, knew about this. He's teching into two-handed swordsman. He'll probably click champion soon. He also has monks. Condotieros really aren't that strong in these situations, I feel. Monks can get conversions. I know that purple and blue kind of clash. But maybe for Vivi, he just needs to stall it out a little. And he's doing that. And here come the Hussars from Yo. If Yo takes out the monks and the Trebs, maybe the Condotieros are enough for everything else. Yo he's on both sides right now. He's even making stables forward. And so there's all this control of the middle gold for Leary and MBL and Hard if he wants to go out there, but while it can't be hit, you know, they could lose every other region of their base. Yo, you know, just casual 25 trade cards queued up. Playing on both sides. You know, just carrying the team, doing everything. He fought on water, fighting on land. Yo is such a beast. Such a god of the game. And these Condotieros show up now. Trebs would be nice. You know, there's a Treb. Probably see that castle go down. Sorry, I just smacked my microphone. But this is what's kind of weird. In theory, Leary could just sit his navy here and always chew up what's been created. So you almost need to avoid the middle area if you're WWP. Yo just runs through with paladins. There were some click wall attempts. This MBL making his own bombard cannons and also has halbs. And organ gun's not elite yet if you're wondering that. But Portuguese bombard cannons with arquebus, which I think is in, but I'm not sure. We'll have to watch. I'd say are the Portuguese bombard cannons are the better of the two. Here, champions now in. Heart's going to send some villagers to the center. MBL's pop is the lowest at 131, but Vivi's is at 135, so it's a very close game here. Okay, that shot just straight up missed there. Might have been an attack round from Licks. Now Paladins from Yo. Reminder that Persian Paladins do extra damage against archers. And oh god! Don't stack like that, Leary! You've got to be so careful if you're Leary there. Still just regular organ guns. Oh, MBL's bombard cannons! And the ARBs have come over to take out the bombard cannons, and Leary loses ARBs. It might be worth it if he gets more of them, though. Gets 2. I mean, everyone's losing a lot of stuff, but organ guns are just... They're just bad. they're just not a good unit. I mean, when they're elite, of course, things are going to be looking a little better, but I just have not been impressed. What Licks did with this type of play is he took the space, right? But this is going to start to drop off a little bit. So I think he's going to have to... It seems silly, but if he can get to a point where he relies more on his own eco and trade, it should be better for him. Because then he can have more population fighting. Yeah, I know. Viper loves his organ guns. I'm not saying you can't love something that's bad, right? Right? Just saying I just don't think the units are very good. Elite Genoese crossbowmen maybe on the cards for Vivi here. I mean, Genoese crossbowmen not really good in this Civ matchup because they tend to excel against... They tend to excel against Cav, and we're not seeing a single Cav unit out here. Why Lorena loves T90? No, it's why your mom loves me, man, because I'm a bad boy. Oh god, that was so cringe. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that was so cringe. I wish I could just erase that from my memory. MBL does have enough bombard cannons to start pushing back these towers, and you know when you're using Trebs against bombard cannons that you're in a rough spot. Look at the resources for Licks. Victoria's just do not bring in resources fast enough. MBL gaining ground. He, of course, has gold. And is there stone in the center, too? Okay, there's not stone in the center, but you could buy stuff, right?
A friend sent our GRB chat a clip of you referencing me the other day. My friends in chat asked if I was featured in LEL in 1200. Hate my friends. Regardless, thanks for good content.
That's funny, Joey Tribbiani. Yeah, we saw your account because someone named Joey was in Twitch chat. And we were watching high-level players, like top 200, and this guy named Joey was like, he said one of the players was awful and was really judgmental. And so I was thinking, okay, well, this Joey character must be really good then. Let's look up their account. And his account did not exist. So your account did, though. You're the highest-rated Joey account at 1200. That's funny. Well... Joey Tribbiani says, "Hey, I am good," in all caps. Well, you just donated $5 to me, so I'm gonna say yes, you are, my friend. You're a beast. You're certainly very far from Lowy the Legends. I think it's funny your friends said It said that were you in low elo legends at 1200? 1200 takes a lot of time to get to. Okay, so Yo is starting to switch back into some type of water control. His population's great. So he's making fires. He's dropping a castle here. By the way, and I don't want to get you all too excited, with these resources, if the game goes long enough, if the castle numbers are high enough, we might see Elite War Elephant. The game is certainly stalling out to the point where it's going to go on a lot longer. So just think about the possibility. See, oh, there's stone around here. Okay, so that's where MBL's been getting a lot of that stone. Sorry, I'm still not too used to the map myself yet. But maybe towers there could be good for MBL. And, oh, man. Leary. I feel bad for Leary because there's not much more he can do with Vikings, right? Going Elite Berserk against Gunpowder doesn't feel natural, so just Arbalest and Navy. Have you ever seen this many bombard cannons in one game? Holy cow, though. But the fact that Korean towers outrange them is sick. Good job from Lix to repair them, though. And it looks like someone has noticed that Yo is over here. Look at Yo's queue. Yo's got so much in the queue right now. Which is good because he's needed over here with the siege onagers from Heart. Ah, and the last time this map was played, there was Elite War Elephants? Gotcha. Well, just like I said before, you want units that are really good in... you want units that pack a punch when it comes to their population, and elephants are the best example of that. Heart sees the paladins on the way, but he can't really do anything to save his siege onagers here. Good job from Yo. But Italians are in a similar spot to Vikings where they're not really that special at this stage. They can't truthfully compete with the siege anyways, as Heart's gonna get... Oh, wow. Great micro from Vivi. Did you see that? That was really well done. He's actually going for a bit of a push here. He's microing against siege onagers right now, and it's working. And if Yo comes in with paladins too, just imagine. Certainly the trade approach is paying off, and this is not something that's possible for MBL, Heart, and Leary. They're working on all the gold that's in the middle. That might not last too much longer with Yo having siege ram, making stables in the center. Again, if there was 300 population, he could have 50 paladins, 70 paladins in the middle, but 200 pop, you have to prioritize a little bit. But as Leary is going to be worried about that, he needs to make sure he keeps an eye here, and MBL probably worried too. Starting to lose ground now, but that is still so many Korean keeps. I don't know, I just feel like having that trade... This game might go on for another half hour because the populations are all really close, but having the trade is so important. And again, having siege onager is really important. Vivi's micro is good once, but you can't depend on that consistently. Champion, Pikeman, Monk, Siege Onager? I mean, in theory, if Heart plays this well enough, he could 1v2 it. As we see transport ships from Leary here. What the... That was kind of funny. Is he going to run in there and drop a castle? He's got 3 transport ships. There's 26 villagers there, and he's not dropping them off to take resources. He's adding cannon galleons! Yo! Or not yo, Leary! And he has... MBL has bombard cannons here in the center now. And keeps. So that's why he's lost ground on this side, because he's focused there. But that could be really good. This is one of the best games I've seen in a long time. Absolutely love this map. I would say the one big thing that needs to be fixed in this map is it's called Seafood Pie, and there's no salmon. So that's a disappointment. Apart from that, well done. If you sort out the salmon thing, maybe we can talk about doing some more show matches with this map soon. But let's see. That's a lot of bombard cannons for MBL. That's a lot of paladins from Yo. There's 7 bombard cannons. Make it 6. Make it... I can't count here. Make it a whole lot less here. Still keeps a few alive, though. Also, we'll be able to take out a few from Lix, so... Not too bad. We have a castle from Vivi. But... that castle won't stay up because of the cannon galleons and the bombard cannons. And Heart is starting to push here. This is swinging, guys. I can't help but circle back to the fact that while the game says that Lix is 189 pop, he only has 60 or 70 pop on the field. He does not have enough population to actually push and kill. Because Fetorius, it just doesn't seem to really be worth the loss of pop space, right? It doesn't bring in resources fast enough. Now, it's easier said than done, but that's why I was saying maybe switch off of Fetorius. Get trade running out of 6 markets. Get a second TC up. Start to rely on Vills a bit more. But then again, you're also looking at... It's not like your unit comp's going to change too much. Koreans still could get stronger. I mean, Aztecs are showing how strong they can be. Wait a second. They have trade running through the middle right now. What the... Why? Oh, Lix didn't delete his market! Oh my god! How long has that been happening? He had a market in his base, and so the trade was running back to that market. Oh god, yeah, that's really important. You have to delete your starting market. They're always gonna go. They will oftentimes prioritize that one, but look at this push! Yo has been everywhere, and siege rams. That's something that Bombard Cannon and Arbalest is not too strong against. So, Portuguese might not really be able to contribute too much in terms of pop, but my goodness, Yo has been everywhere. And it really has been the towers that's been helping hold. MBL is just making more towers as he loses some. Meanwhile here, I think Leary's going to drop castles though, guys. Like, he could drop a castle right here. There's nothing Yo can really do or say or to do to stop that. And Hart, I prefer his position on this side too. So, man, this is crazy. Yeah, and look, siege rams. They took out towers, but MBL's like, I got stone, bro. He certainly has gold to buy stone. And he just bought a bunch of stone. I'll check the price of that in a second. Lix is going to drop some stone forward, or some towers forward. Killing MBL villagers. MBL's pop isn't too great. But we'll see what Leary ends up doing here in a moment. I don't know how you address this. As Leary goes for double castle. Okay, I think that's a bit extreme. 3. Okay, 2 castles is a bit extreme, but 3 castles is just right. What? Here's the logic, though. You might think, well, T90, it's 3 times as strong. It's 3 times as menacing. It's 3 times as good. Yeah, but if they have the tools to take out 1 castle, they're going to take out all 3. And if Yo just makes trebs over here, Leary has nothing to deal with that. So, like, I just kind of feel like that's a waste. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'd love to be proven wrong. I'm a big fan of being proven wrong. Big fan of mistakes on this channel. Okay. We have a pause. If this game bugs out, I swear I'm going to scream. I'm really nervous. Because it said that 3 people had paused it. And now it actually paused. I'm hoping that it is paused. There have been instances where the games will unpause. And so I have PTSD now. I hope that bug has been fixed. But, you know, fingers crossed. But yeah, not much else to really talk about except maybe how much gold is in the middle, right? Because there's one team with trade and one team without trade. And I guess they're halfway through it. There's still so much gold here. Lix dropped, so they're gonna save and restore it. Really? Okay, they're gonna restore. Hopefully that works, right? Gotcha. I'll wait for an official update on that. That would make sense that maybe someone did disconnect thanks to E, and we'll have to restore. Yeah, that's a good question. Does Leary have infantry upgrades? I mean, he's making elite Zerks. So, I guess he was thinking that he would go Zerks, and that's why he wanted the castles. I guess that makes sense. I was just thinking, though, maybe make the castles, like, 1 castle here, but maybe a few more over here. Just because it's further away from someone who could take it out. I don't know. It's really awkward map. Stone prices, good question. Currently 376 gold to buy 100 stone. That's getting up there. And then, yeah, I'm just going to assume he has his blacksmith upgrades. I don't see an infantry unit. I could, of course, check the tech tree, but let me just wait for an update. How does restoring work? The way restoring is supposed to work is when someone DCs, there should be a save and restore file for everyone, including the person who DCs.
10 months already, time is flying.
Then you host a
Count.
game room with the restore file. Everyone joins, and then it takes you right back into it. We are past an hour of game time, by the way. It's just the game time isn't showing. So I'm assuming, I mean, there's nothing I can do at this point, that we should just look at the stats and then move on to the restore. Yo, with the most food and gold collected, and it really shows what trade profit does for you here, right? And that will continue unless MBL, Hart, and Leary push that trade. Whereas the gold in the middle will not continue forever for the AM Tempo team. Okay, Lix did disconnect. And we will be restoring shortly. I have a game ID. Cool. So we get to maintain this. Nice, nice, nice. How would you feel if the Heart would change his name to the Heart Official? It wouldn't bother me. It's kind of funny, to be honest. Wayward Knights is T90. I wanted to ask you this 2 hours ago. What would you say to devs giving everyone one Civ ban in ranked, so low Eagle Legend babies like me can ban Incas if we don't want to be tower rushed? Just Incas, really? You wouldn't ban Goths or like Franks? Here's the problem. I don't think that's realistic for the scene. I think there's other things they'd need to prioritize over bans. I feel like I feel as though that's actually would be quite bad. As much as I prefer to go random Civ, there are a lot of people who really like to practice with one civilization, really like to play with one civilization. So I feel like we should allow people to be able to play with who they want to play with. Now, you could maybe have a different ladder. So, like, if you want to give players more of a tournament experience, you could have a ranked queue which would incorporate that. So maybe it could be, you could have 2 ranked ladders. But, like, we've had 3 Red Bull Wololos, Empire Wars, a big company comes in to sponsor Age of Empires tournaments, and guess what? We still do not have a ranked Empire Wars ladder. So, while there are things that could happen that could be really cool in theory, there's some things that I think have been criminally overlooked already for quite a long time. So I don't really think that that would be something they would prioritize or implement there. So I don't know why there's no Empire Wars ranked. I think it's been, as I said, man, it's something that we would benefit from as a scene.
Breaking news. This just in. Hera could not play after having hunger pangs triggered by food map names after a month of fasting.
BBC World News. Thank you for the update. It's true, I guess. If you were fasting and you had to play on maps that were named after food, that would be brutal, yeah. Thank you, BBC Breaking News, for the $5 donation. Looking forward to more updates in the future. Yo, thank you, Nike, for 10. Hoff says, hope you and Lorena are doing well. Yeah, we're doing good. She's away for the weekend, hanging out with some friends. I was invited, and I declined because I wanted to stream. So I'm going to be streaming this weekend, making a lot of content. I will be gone on Monday for days, as my friends are actually going to be visiting. So the amount of times I get given crap for not doing things because of making content is too many to count at this point. But to be honest, guys, I prefer a simple life, and I like to make Age of Empires content. I like to do a few things here or there in my day-to-day, but I actually, the more quote-unquote fun things that are happening for me in a given month, the more anxious and stressed I get, because I can't take care of my business, you know. I can only handle like 3 things. Try and get some exercise in, try and focus on my work, in this case, my community, and then maybe one other thing. But if I go above that, I just get overwhelmed. So, yeah, exactly, Deadly Cookie. So I'm just trying to to find a balance, right? T90, can I get an... Oh, yeah. Yeah, there you go. Seeing as we haven't heard an update on if this game's going to be restored or not, there you go. Hopefully it works. T90, when are we going to start getting life vlogs? Never. My life vlogs would be very boring. But it is funny when I meet someone new and they say, hey, what do you do for a living? And I just say YouTuber because some people don't know Twitch. Everyone always assumes that I do vlogs. People just assume that I'm like one of those guys that's like running around recording themselves, talking about... I can't even say what people really do when they do vlogs, but they just talk about their life, right? I guess. So. Okay, I've heard they are starting. Hopefully it works. Okay. Oh, and I think it works. I think we should be back in. Let's go. When you restore, it says everyone's Britons, by the way. Except for the host. Don't ask me why. And we're back in. All right, sweet stuff. So I'll have to talk about this later on my vlog channel, but I still really feel like the priority here for Tempo is they have to get to the trade because they do not have trade. They do not have the corner. So this is going to take some time, but maybe Elite Berserk is the answer. Elite Berserks with all the upgrades are really strong against Paladins. Yo is repairing this castle. He's actually run out of stone, and he's going to be making trebs here. For a player, it's really hard to come back into a game. And normally you're going to see like a few missteps here or there right after a restore. It's a shame, but at least we can get back in. So for once, it's a thanks to Eve, but we're not being ironic. Actual
Just
thanks
curious,
to Eve.
And be honest, do you actively try and smell
Okay,
your own farts?
that is not...
If you're in bed
And
and fart, do you lift the covers to catch a whiff?
not worth the $5 at all there. Thank you for the $5, though, as the Siege Rams, the Paladins, and the Arbalests are pushing. And we do have Licks trying to drop this castle. Now, he could lose the Foundation, but that's only if MBL's Bombard Cannon stay alive. And Yo is freaking everywhere. And actually, the Castle Foundation goes down anyways. Here we have the Elite Berserks. Oh my god! He does have the full upgrades. And Arbalests are needed. And this triple castle play... Okay, make that 4. Make it 5! The 5 castle play from Leary might end up winning them this game. Normally people say, well, champions in some situations can be better than Berserks because you can have the production. Well, I guess if you play it like Leary, you're going to have the freaking production, man. And this unit... got a bonus against the Paladins, 14 base attack, and look at Hart. Hart is also pushing the corner, and it's crazy to me because at the same time, Leary and MBL are losing ground, but they don't have trade to lose here. WWP does have trade to lose. Now, there is still gold in the middle to work with. It is slowly disappearing, but man, this is crazy. I still don't know what to think, though, because Leary could still lose all of his castles. In theory, the Berserks could be figured out and killed by the Arbalest that's being made by Vivi. Vivi's population is pretty high. He has 50 military, but can he engage against the Siege Onagers? Oops, Hart needs a attack round. I'm so used to Capture Age, and I always use the scroll wheel to zoom in on Capture Age. But I also use the scroll wheel for idle military and for idle villagers. And so when I'm not using Capture Age, I do that stuff. He is trying to get conversions here, Vivi. He does have redemption. One conversion could change things. I'm not going to look anywhere else until this, because this could be a big moment. Is he looking? Is he... Hello? Well, he's distracted, and the monk is probably not going to get a conversion at all then. Leary trying to keep his castles up. He's lost 1. But the Berserk production is just off the charts right now. Yo still with healthy pop. They do need to clear out all the green that's in the trade right now. And as Yo goes to do that, he could lose Trebs. But he will take out another castle. He will take out this one at least. So he's taking out 40% of them. Meanwhile, Leary's got to worry about his economy at home. He does have farmers back here at least. Lick's actually doing a solid job to get push going, but I think that comes back to the fact that MBL has been focused elsewhere. In fact, what is MBL doing right now? Making bombard cannons to stabilize and maybe push the middle. Leary thought about building that one, but thought twice about it. And honestly, I'm concerned with his gold count. But if he can continue to produce berserks and get the castles up, as MBL sends him 1,000 gold, this might have just won them the game. Because you also see Hart over here. They're almost at the markets. Vivi won't have a base pretty soon. Vivi's pop capped. He's at 120 pop. The castles from Leary, as ridiculous as it looks, one of the main things that is going to give them this victory. Also, can't help but think about how weak Portuguese are, man. They gained the position here, but ever since, it's just been nothing more than a whimper from Licks down here. As he's even losing villagers. Granted, he doesn't have many villagers. He's only got 47. Berserk's chewing up the trade. And Leary, as he loses castles, will just rebuild them. It's very much unlike WWP to resign early. White Wolf Palace, all their players, they like to play on until they know they're dead. But, whoa, the trade cards dancing there. I think they're dead. MBL is going to bring in villagers from somewhere. I see the Tower Foundation. He just wants to tower that corner. What a sick game, man. I like how he went for 5 castles. Oh my god. Yeah, Elite Berserk is very rare. But ever since they added Chieftains, which was a few years back, I mean, Berserks were already pretty good against Paladins, I think, before Chieftains. But with Chieftains, the infantry gets extra attack against Cav. So, the 75 HP Berserk is able to compete against Paladins. Oh! Alright, Hart. Padding his own stats by killing his own units right now. And if trade was needed, you could see Tempo AM trade from this corner over to this corner now. If trade was needed. I think it won't be needed because there's still enough gold in the middle. You should do it, actually. You should do it just in case, but I don't know if it's hugely necessary. And wait a second. Wait a second. White Wolf Palace is like, we still have corners. So here's markets from Licks, and they're going to try and save their trade carts and trade the other way now. Which means they'll have to go through a one-tile gap in MBL's walls, though. And MBL will see it. That's freaking funny. That is really funny. I still don't think they can recoup this. Vivi's population is way too low. He's got an Arbalest producing, or a range producing 3 Arbalests right now. I mean, he's got nothing. He probably sent villagers down here. Yep, he's going to add... He's going to reboom! Oh, my goodness! Seafood pie! CWWP die, man. This is... Well... Okay, Licks has brought Arbs back over. Now, I think when you see this, the response for MBL and Leary should be to push this area again. Because you know that Licks can only have so much pop in one area. Are you ready for this, though, guys? Siege onagers, though. Oh, man. Hart, you have to be careful not to kill your own stuff here. Oh, my good. Well, 1 Treb's worth it. That was a sick attack round. Also, don't kill Leary's units. That's worth remembering that Leary did kill Hart's units after the GGs were called when he had siege onagers. So, if the GGs ever called, I would love for Hart to get revenge and kill all of Leary's berserks. Only after the GGs called. These games have gone late, and when it goes late, having siege onager is essential. And, man, I just love the fact we're seeing berserk right now. Such great unit control from Hart. He's got to make sure to pull back his champs a little bit here. But they will just push and push and push and push towards this corner. And down here, you can see the trade. MBL, yeah, he's thinking about it. He knows. And, oh, Hart just killed half of his own champions by attacking the barracks. Might not end up mattering, though. Yo going in there with some paladins to take out the Trebs. Is important to do that. The Trebs are there to take out the buildings and fortifications. And Trebs go down. That'll take Hart a long time to get more of them. As he kills his own Siege Onager again. Bombard cannons are there from Licks. And wow, like, White Wolf Palace are just amazing at staying in games. They really do not give up. I love the mentality. Siege Onagers all go down now. Guys, they have like maybe 25% of the map. As long as Tempo AM do the right thing and start to add some trade from the corner to corner, they'll be fine.
1 year hike.
Okay, I want to see what the traffic jam looks like here. First off, this is MBL's point of view. So he can see all of it. And, okay, Yo is going to start to take the walls down because he knows how important that is. MBL has... Whoa! Oh! They chopped through and MBL's showing up to the corner with towers and halberdiers. Okay, that's it. That's the final nail in the coffin because this is already bad enough. Okay, Hart, this is your opportunity. Oh, delete! MBL, delete the transports. Delete the transports. Delete them. Delete them. He killed your units in the previous game. Delete the transports. The GG's been called. Kill Leary's berserks. I'm a sick man. I know. I'm sorry. I like how Vivi was the one to resign last there. Anyways, didn't happen, but GG. GG, nice little way to finish off that game. That was beautiful. You guys cannot see the in-game time, and I'm sorry for that because of the issue I had showing it, but it was 1 hour and 20 minutes. Now, who do you think had the most gold collected, chat? By the way, we pretty much hit this point now. I think there's only one gold pile left in the middle. If WWP would have been able to hold on a bit longer, could have worked out for them. Okay, people are saying, yo, I'm thinking the same. But that's pretty crazy, right? When there's so much gold in the middle. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So, Yo had way more gold collected. He also... That comes back to the trade profit. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Yo was just a freaking beast in that game. He was everywhere. I really feel like having Koreans and Aztecs on the flank just worked out better long-term for Tempo. And AM, excuse me. So, the Aztecs having the ability to make Siege Onager, it's really tough for Italians to beat that. Siege Onager champion just counters Italians in virtually every way. And then MBL had a Civ, which was pretty good at holding against that push from Licks. It seemed like WWP realized the situation. They knew they needed to push. And maybe that's why Licks went for fast stim. But I really wish... I'm surprised to see the largest army was 81, but I wish I had a stat here. Here, this shows everything. Look at Licks' position for most of this game. Victorias are just... The food income's so slow, and a push you're able to get from it is so weak. But I guess there it was just take 3 corners, hold it for as long as possible, and then starve them out. And Leary said, nope. I'm going to make 5 castles, dude. 5 castles and berserks. That was a sick way to finish off the game. So... Score is actually 2-2. And,